guys, we have Chantelle Thomas here, One Nation MP for the Lower House.
That's right.
Very exciting. Your election was kind of, scandalous because they were trying to do the recounts and stuff. What was that like dealing?
At first, I was like, okay, a recount.
Yeah.
Kind of let it go. And my husband was actually in there scrutineering at the time.
Okay, that's good.
So, I wasn't too worried. But obviously, then there was like the second recount and then the third recount, and there was 4 total in the end.
Damn.
So yeah, it was like a roller coaster. 1 minute I was like, am I in, am I out? And yeah, I won by 74 votes in the end. So,
nice.
And then they found the missing
74
ballot.
legends, eh?
Yeah. So, and the missing ballot, actually, Carlos came to me. He's like, oh, there's another box. And I was like, oh, stop it. Like, stop joking. And he was like, no, I'm serious. I was like, you are joking. And he's
Really?
like, no. But
Damn.
yeah, so then they counted them and it just boosted my vote even more. So
What was it in the end then? Was it like more
74 in the end.
74, okay, yeah.
And then it was like, before that it was like 50 something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's cool. It's crazy how close these elections can be, eh?
Yeah,
But
super close.
But it's good because what was that like for you? Because obviously have you ever been involved in politics before? Council? Never. So you just
Never. Yeah, I was like, I'm sick of the way our country's going. I'm sick of our government.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm just going to do it. Just going to get out there, speak up for our country, and back Pauline Hanson and One Nation. And
so
yeah.
What was that like? So were you just like one day sitting at home and you were like what did that look like? Did you tell your husband, or were you like talking to your family members?
Yeah, well, actually, what started it was Charlie Kirk.
Okay.
Shooting
Okay.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk.
Oh wow.
So obviously I heard the news and I was like, who is this guy? I didn't actually know him at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So I watched some of his podcasts and I was like, okay, he's actually making a lot of sense here. And I watched him debate people, how he proved them wrong, and he did it so well. And I thought, wow, this is incredible. Like, why would they attack him? And I just honestly felt like it was an attack on Christians, and I was Christian as well at the time.
Yeah.
And I just thought, they killed him for having a different opinion, like how wrong that is. So yeah, that's what started it for me, honestly.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing, because like there's two camps. Like Charlie Kirk was assassinated, or Charlie Kirk was planned to be killed because he was like a controversial figure in terms of American politics. Like supposedly he was to be the future president, and that comes with a lot of responsibility, and there's certain allegiances with that, and that's divided everyone. That's why you have all these different factions now growing in the Republican Party, which is kind of sad to see. There's a huge split and divide happening there.
Yeah.
But one thing that Charlie Kirk did do, which I don't think anyone truly realised, or maybe they did, was unify not just Christians, but people who were like on the fence about being Christian, or like spiritually like they were Christian but they didn't have the confidence or the courage, and then seeing someone get killed like that in front of their family, in front of these people, like really made them like almost elevated a bunch of Christians to be like, okay, enough's enough.
And he even spoke to people, obviously considering, being they're a male, wanting to be a female. He spoke to them and said to them straight up, he said, why?
Yeah.
Why do you feel that way? Because it's got to be deeper than that.
Yeah.
And he was just truthful, and I loved it. So I just thought, I'm going to back Pauline Hanson here in South Australia and, bring it.
So let's go into
area.
your Christianity then. So what brought you to Christianity? What brought you to Christ? Was it something as a kid? Was it something later in life? Were you like spiritual? Did you ever go for like some new age?
Yeah, so my parents were never against it.
Okay.
We just didn't really talk about it.
Oh, okay.
But they were adamant to send me to a private school just for the values. So I went to a Catholic school.
Okay. So you Catholic? Would you consider yourself a Catholic Christian?
No, not at this time. So I didn't really pay attention in school, and I was just like, oh, okay. It was just, I went to a private school.
Yeah.
I did like the structure now as an adult. I look back and, there was a lot of rules in place, and at the time I was like, oh, I don't like this. But now as an adult, I'm like, I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, the discipline and all that.
Yeah, the discipline, which is lacking so much nowadays. But yeah, I'm very grateful for that. And then it wasn't until I had my firstborn baby. There was a complication with my pregnancy. At 28 weeks, she was missing a part in her brain.
How did they determine that? Was that from doing...
From a scan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So on an ultrasound, and the doctor looked at me and she said, no one ever goes through with this.
Oh, wow.
And I said, what do you mean? And I was very confused at the time, rang my partner, and she said, this is what normally happens. She handed me a piece of paper and said, you sign here, you get an abortion, you birth your baby dead. And I was so confused because I had the ultrasounds and everything looked normal. My baby looked normal, like she was moving around in there. I was just very lost and didn't know what was happening. And she had enlarged ventricles as well. So next scan came around, that part that was missing in the centre of the brain appeared there.
Yep.
But within that time of the next scan, my mum said, you need to reach out to Jesus and I was like, no, that's not for me, because I just wasn't thinking about that at all.
Yeah.
And I just felt very broken at this time, and I just thought, you know what, I'm actually going to pray, and if everything turns out, I'm going to get baptised, I'm going to baptise my children, and come next scan, the part in the brain was there and the ventricles decreased throughout the pregnancy. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So you just had faith. And
I just had faith. I did not believe any other way. And when you have faith, you have to believe it.
Yeah.
Like, not just say, oh yeah, I've got faith. You actually need to truly believe that you have faith.
So how old were you when this was happening?
I was 23 at the time.
Wow. So you're still young, and you were dealing with such a profound, thing. And that faith decision, what kind of outcome did that have? So you obviously birthed your child. Did that go well for you? Like, did all?
Yeah, the doctors were very confused, so they gave me a 2% chance of a good outcome.
Oh wow, only 2%.
2%.
Damn.
And they said, we got to do eye tests, we got to do scans, blood tests, had everything done.
Yeah.
Completely normal. And then after a while, they didn't really say anything to me. Like, it just kind of brushed me off, all the scans and eye tests and everything was done, and didn't hear anything.
And she was fine.
Completely normal. She's like a champion gymnast now. Like, if anything, she's actually like really smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a miracle, honestly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So did, let's just say hypothetically, say she was to be, have problems, would you still have gone ahead with it, you reckon? Or
I still would have gone ahead with it. Even they did give an outcome and said, like, they said about palliative care, they said about, like, you might only have this amount of time with her. And I said, 1 day, 10 days, she's my child, so I will have any days with her. That's
beautiful. Yeah, I think that's actually kind of like yes, there's the suffering and the elements, but life is suffering.
It is.
I mean, like, all of us are literally just slowly dying, right? That's kind of what reality is. But
we are.
Some people die quicker, some people live to 104. But there's beauty in the suffering sometimes.
Absolutely.
And in strength as well, because in anything in life, when you want to improve yourself, that requires suffering. Like, there's nothing in life that is easy that makes you a better person. It's like there's always a challenge there. So say you did only get 10 days. Yeah, those 10 days might have been absolute suffering for you and for her, but it would have been a miracle still, because you still had 10 days of life. You still
created that life. It's still yours.
Yeah, the connections.
Like,
just to be around, even just to see light, like, just all these things would have been interesting. But no, that's pretty cool and profound. So then after that birth, what kind of path did you go down spiritually? Did you get deeper into Christianity, or was it something?
I did, absolutely. Yeah. My connection with God got very strong. Because before that, I wasn't interested in learning about the Bible or anything like that.
So you're more like a cultural Christian kind of you went to a cultural Christian school. Yeah. You're around Christianity. Your parents went like against it, but they weren't like 100% for it. But they're like there in the background.
Yeah.
And then you had this miracle happen. So
I truly witnessed a miracle.
And then that really shifted everything for you. Okay.
And then ever since then, there's always been signs now. And just having that relationship with God has really brought out, a lot of my faith even more. So, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Because the reason I'm prompting these questions is, one, obviously, you mentioned Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was a very important figure for me. And,
he was for you too.
Yeah, well, because we both started our career at the same time. So we grew up. Obviously, his success was on another level, but it's relative to America, right? But his success on another level. But we literally started the same year, with the same age.
Wow.
I had like a lot of the things he believed in. There's a few differences. Obviously, I'm an Orthodox. He was more of an evangelical Christian, but I think he was heading towards Catholicism at the end of his life.
Yeah.
But we had so much similarities in terms of just like age and what his message. I obviously didn't go down the debate path. I kind of just did my thing with the Adelaide set. Mine was more like empowering small businesses and like trying to help people locally.
Would you have ever liked to do the debates?
Well, I did one recently with Dr. Mohammed, which is, my style of debate is more, I like to expose people, not in like I'm exposing them, but like in a way where I just allow them
reveal the truth.
Yeah, they can just reveal their truths, and I can challenge them without having to be like an arsehole. Just challenge them, poke and prod, and at the end of the day, their truth will come out, and then it's up to the audience for them to decide what they think is an acceptable thing. So it was good. It was a really good debate. But for me, like Charlie, before I was announced as coordinator for state South Australia for Turning Point.
Yeah.
Like, we had plans. Charlie was going to come to Charlie was supposed to come to my house.
Wow.
Like, we were supposed to do a podcast like this together.
That's incredible.
So like, I was ready for that. And then the day he got assassinated, I was actually awake at that time because I had my cousin from Melbourne over and he needed to catch the bus back to Melbourne. So I was up at like 3:30 in the morning and he got shot about around 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So I was literally watching his thing and then all of a sudden I hear the commotion and I check within 15 seconds I've witnessed his assassination.
Did you think it was fake at first because with AI and everything?
No,
look,
I know about. I've grown up in a family of like gun shooters and they were. So I've been around guns and.
So you actually watched the video?
I literally saw it within 15 seconds of it happening. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's it. It's game over.
Wow.
I was a little bit shocked that we didn't see much. Like an implosive round, so I was a little bit like, that's a bit sus. So I still have questions, of course, but I did realize as soon as I saw his face and as soon as I saw the way his body moved, I was like, oh, there's nothing, you can't come back from that. That's that's game over,
Yeah, I know they said they'd done surgery and everything, but it would have been instant.
The thing is, he probably didn't even know. Like, it would have been an instant death.
Like the brain just shut off.
Well, as soon as as soon as your neck gets hit like that, it basically depressurizes your entire body, and when that happens, your brain literally immediately shuts down. Wow. So it's like it'd be like instantly turning your phone off.
Yeah.
You just would go poof, and like gone.
Yeah. Wow.
And then lights out, and you wouldn't feel anything. It honestly would probably be one of the, it sounds a bit cooked, but probably one of the best ways to die because you just wouldn't feel any.
It's like those people that went under the deep sea in the submarine?
The submarine,
Imploded, yeah.
Well, that was a bit scary because I could actually hear. This is a bit different because they would actually be hearing the cracks and the creaking and they would slowly be. So that would have been a little bit more.
So they would have heard it.
They would have been hearing it and then they would have exploded. Yeah. So that would have been a lot where Charlie it would have been like. And then just instant, like it would be like instant lights out. So he wouldn't have had no idea what happened to him. I mean, he always kind of communicated with his friends that he thought he'd be like, he had a feeling he'd be killed one day, but I don't know if he actually intended that to happen.
No.
But regardless, look, the trial's on right now. I think we're day 2 or day 3 into the trial.
Yeah, that's right, because his parents and Erica and that were there.
Yeah, so look, it's interesting and but it is sad, but at the same time, his legacy lives on, and for us here, at least in Australia, we'll carry his legacy, and we're going to do it around Orthodox Christian values. Yeah. Because obviously, at the end of the day, I'm an Orthodox Christian, so a lot of people might get offended by that. But at the end of the day, I truly believe Australia will do better if it sticks to its Christian roots.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what Pauline Hanson, when she mentioned a monoculture. I understood exactly what she meant by that, but for a lot of people, they got confused. Yeah,
a lot of people were confused, like, oh, what does she mean? Like, oh, and then, they ignited this whole thing. But I think people like you and I, we knew what she meant from the start. So, yeah. What's
your opinion on that? Like, have you kind of defined monoculture for yourself, or like what it means to be an Australian? Like, what do you think that is for you if you look around?
Yeah, well, take it like, I've got Greek in me. My nan is
you got Greek in you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because you look a bit Greek. I was like, okay.
Yeah, my nan came over when she was 8.
Okay, cool.
And they loved it here. They assimilated. And that's all Pauline was trying to say, that if you want to come here, you need to be that one culture, that one Australian, one flag.
Yeah.
And, we love our country. I love Australia, and I'll always go in and bat for it. But I think there was a lot of confusion with people that come here. They're like, oh, what does she mean? Like, can we not speak our language? Can we not eat our food? Like, but that's not what she meant at all. So,
no.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just kind of like the best way to describe it is the foundations of Australia have to remain, like, it's like a building, right? You have you have the foundations of Australia and what they are and how they were built. And obviously that was built on blood and suffering and destruction, but like that's like anything in life. Like when you clear a land to build a house, you have to tear down the trees, you have to clear the land. Like it's a brutal process and people get hurt. It happens.
Yeah, like come here and love our country. That's the biggest thing. I think like the saddest thing is that people burn our flag. I think that's really sad. And our flag's not on a lot of websites now.
Yeah, not at schools and kindergartens.
They've got the rainbow one, but not the Australian one. It's like, what's going on? What did our soldiers fight for? So,
and it's sad because when the Greeks, for example, when they came here, like we obviously went through like 400 years of slavery. We were under slavery by the Islamic Ottoman rule. Like my great grandfather was beheaded in front of his entire village.
Wow.
We went through atrocities, but you didn't see us coming here and protesting every day and making a big big deal of it.
Imagine if we went to the Middle East and like went there in bikinis and was like, you need to dress like us and, you know, live the way we live, like we'd be killed instantly.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because, and that was kind of my issue. It's like, there's definitely good, like I believe no matter what religion, there's always good people.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right? That's not the point. My point is I'm on team Christianity. So I want this, and this country was built on team Christianity. So let's remain team Christianity. We don't need to, like, I'm happy having people come here and decorating the walls and, you know, like it's like a house. You know, you can come to my house, you can decorate the walls, you can bring your food.
Yeah.
But this is our house.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't come here and knock down the walls, and don't come here and like change the doorways, like leave it as it is and bring your decorations and we can get along. That's kind of my attitude.
And yet they get angry at us because we say we actually don't want you in our house because you're destroying it.
Yeah.
You're destroying our home.
Yeah.
And they take offence to that.
Like, did you see the ABC recently did that video about the Australian flag and how those young kids were like, if they could change the Australian flag.
Yeah. Oh, I did see that.
And they're like, oh, we need to get rid of the Union Jack because it doesn't represent us anymore. It's like, yes, it does. Like, it literally does.
But it's like, what's being taught in those schools for them to think that way? And what are their parents teaching them? So, back in the day, you know, parents said, oh, like, you know, let's go have a Barbie, like, we're Australian. And, now it's not so much like that, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I went to school, and I'm sure it's similar for you, like, I went to school because I was quite a Greek kid. Like, I grew up pretty Greek, right? Because my dad's from Greece, my mum, like, from Melbourne, born in Melbourne, but she also grew up around Greeks. Yeah. Like, I didn't even start singing.
What part of Greece?
Thessaloniki, like, up north.
Okay, my nan's from Lemnos.
Oh, Lemnos, okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, I grew up, you know, I didn't even speak English till I was like 6, 5, right? And so yeah, when I went to school, it was like me and maybe 2 other Greeks in my classroom, and the rest were like Australian, maybe had like 1 Asian, maybe an Indian, right?
Yeah.
But like
same here. That's what my class was like.
Yeah. So you had like, but it gave me opportunity to like, you know, be around the Anglos, be around the Celtics, Anglo-Celtics, Anglo-Saxons. Yeah, I copped a little bit of like bullying and stuff, but like whatever, like
it kind of like toughens kids up too. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think it's a necessary process,
and you can have fun banter with things as well. Like,
I used to hit back all the time. Like if someone called me like a dirty wog, I'd be like, well, you're a funny looking Asian. Or I don't know. Like it was just like, you know, there was like childish. Like school bullying, such like it almost made us, and it like brought us closer together. Yeah. Now it's treated like, it's like you are the devil if you say something rude. It's like, no, like part of the banter, part of that, like it's kind of like a hazing / a process of friction. So someone like me who didn't even know how to speak English properly could learn, like could actually kind of become part of the culture that was the Australian culture at my school. Now I look at school classrooms, it's the complete opposite. It'd be like I go to school and there's like 20 Greeks in a classroom and 5 Anglos. It's like, as a Greek person, if I had 20 Greek kids in my school, do you think we'd care about learning English? Do you think we'd care about learning about Australian history? No, we would be all paying out these little Australian kids, like the little English, you know, we would be like, it would be like we would overwhelm the system.
Imagine if you went to Japan and was like, no, you're not learning Japanese anymore.
Yeah.
You're learning English. Like,
so
it's the same thing.
It's literally just soft power takeover, and that's my issue. Like, I'm not saying we don't want multiculturalism, but there has to be a level of balance.
There's got to be a line, and I feel like we've just crossed that line massively, or our government has crossed that line. We need to bring it back a bit.
And I've met beautiful people from many different cultures. But,
same here.
And a lot of them don't want to change Australia. Like a lot of them come here because that's another thing. Like, you know, they say, oh, Pauline Hanson, immigrants don't like Pauline Hanson. It's like, dude, a lot of the people who've come to Australia don't want their country. Like Australia, don't want their country, Australia, turning into the country they came from. That's why they came here in the first place.
That's right.
I bet you heaps of immigrants will vote for Pauline Hanson.
I actually met a guy the other day in Kadina. He moved from Melbourne and he worked over in Melbourne for a bit, and this guy just came up to him with knuckle busters on. He was from another country and just like obviously punched him in his mouth.
Damn.
And he lost a few teeth. He was telling me about it, and he said he decided to come back to Kadina because that's where his wife's from. And now he is voting One Nation, and he even tells his friends, because he's obviously from overseas as well, he tells his friends, if you want to come to Australia, assimilate. We can't be having people attacking, you know, Australians in the street and stuff. So he had to go through a lawyer, and it was very messy for him. So he understands it, even coming from another country.
Yeah. So, you know, anyways, that's kind of like, for me, that's like, Dr. Mo asked me, what's, like, what is the identity of Australia? For me, Australia is an Anglo-Celtic rooted Anglican Christian country, right?
Yeah.
That's the house. And as a Muslim, as a Sikh, as a Greek, Italian, whatever it is, you come into the house, you respect the house, you can bring your food, you can bring your love, you can bring your presents. But at the end of the day, this is an Anglo-Celtic Christian Anglican nation.
Yeah.
We don't want to change that.
That's right.
Some people do want to change that, but that's not what I want. I'm sure that's not what you want.
No.
And I'm sure that's kind of what Pauline Hanson was. Yeah, that's what Pauline Hanson means by monoculture. It's not saying get rid of the cultures. It's just saying we all abide by the, like, we need an identity. Like, even like this whole, like,
let's all say we're Australian. Let's love our flag, understand why we have that flag and who fought for that flag and the sacrifices that were made with that flag. You know, like I was saying earlier, my great-grandfather was shot in the leg and I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
If it
Oh, yeah,
wasn't
can you
for
tell,
his
so your
fight.
audience, your grandpa fought in Gallipoli, you said?
Yeah, my great-grandfather fought in Gallipoli, World War One,
Yeah.
and he got shot in the leg and he came back and had his only child, which is my grandpa. And I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise. So it's the sacrifices like that, you know what I mean? We need to honour our soldiers and show up on Anzac Day and understand why we go to Anzac Day. Yeah.
So did, you know, now that you've made it into Parliament and, you know, you won, what's that been like for you? Because obviously it's like a kind of new, it's like a whole new world in there. It's very, like, I've worked in State Parliament, I worked there for a bit, and I've been around in the building many times to advise different people from the Liberal Party, from One Nation. It's a weird kind of vibe in there. For me, I felt like the place is almost like this is my opinion, no one has to take this, but I feel like the building is possessed. Like I feel like
it's a weird feeling, isn't it?
It's like off. It kind of feels like, you know, like it's beautiful. Like you go in there, it's like, oh, it's so beautiful. But then it's like this like evil spirit in there, like kind of like, you know, like kind of sitting.
Because the building's so old too.
Yeah.
So it's like
there's like ghosts or something. I don't know, like there's something crazy going on in there. But
no, I agree.
Are you enjoying it so far, or has it been a bit of like, oh, whoa?
When I first got there, I was like, what is this? Like you were saying, and the bells are ringing, so it had like a bit of school vibes.
Yeah.
And then just seeing how, you know, the two parties, Labor and Liberal, were fighting with each other, it was very like, it was like acting.
Yeah.
It was just very immature, and I was like, you know, there's people out there struggling and there's people living on the streets. And, you know, I seen a lady the other day in Kadina, she was freezing cold out on the street. Like, people just can't keep up with the cost of living. And here they are, like, fighting and then laughing with each other afterwards. So I just thought, what a mess.
So like almost like a non-serious,
yeah.
like they're in like their own little like bubble. Kind of.
In their own little worlds.
Yeah.
And I'm in there to pop it, so...
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah,
no, it's funny because I laugh because that's like, my time in Parliament. That's kind of what I was.
Did you have the same sort of?
Yeah, I was such a cheeky troll. Like I was just doing the most cheeky stuff. Like I made a video about Michelle Lenzik and put like clown music, and I got a lot of trouble for that, and that was kind of funny. But like, I like you know, I've worked for the Liberals as well. Like I worked for David Spears. So, like I've been involved in the Liberals for a bit in my time, but you know, I warned the Liberals 8 years ago. I said, guys, wake up. Because if you don't wake up and start standing by some like conservative Christian values, the party's going to fall apart. And everyone just laughed at me and said, you're an idiot, George. Like, we need to win the centre. We need to win the centre.
So you've seen it happen before it even
I warned the Liberals like 8 years ago. I said, dude, guys, wake up. And they were like, nah, George. Like, we need to win the centre. We need to like have the moderates on board. I'm like, people are inspired by courage, conviction, especially around moral realism. Like when something is cosmically, objectively true, like teaching kids that they can be any gender is objectively wrong. Like it causes mental illness.
Yeah.
So if you're going around doing that at schools and you're going against the cosmic laws of nature, right? That's going to have a serious effect. If you can't stand behind that and show courage to say no, enough's enough, there are going to be consequences.
Yeah,
and that means, and the people of Australia will wake up to that one day and be like, enough is enough.
Because Australians are pretty relaxed, right? But if you cross one, like, they will tell you, back off, mate.
Yeah.
And Australians are waking up now and they realise that Pauline Hanson, you know, she's an amazing leader. She speaks her mind for 30 years, hasn't changed at all, and that's what they love about her. You know, she's truthful, she's honest, and says it how it is.
Yeah, and people, you know, criticise, like, the left always criticise Pauline Hanson, you know, like, for many things. And I just say, look, at the end of the day, Pauline Hanson, she's like, 70, 80 now? Like, she's been around for a long time. She's seen Australia transform. Like, she knows better than anyone the transformation of Australia. She's wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's older and she doesn't get, like, the nuance like the Zoomer kids do and stuff. Like, she's not tapped into, like, the the culture. So she might miss out on a few things, like wearing the Israel flag in Parliament. I know why she did it, because she was trying to tee off the lefties. But like for the Zoomers and the young generation, they like, oh no, that's not Australia first. They all freaked out. But like Pauline's not thinking like that. She's just trying to get a reaction from the left, because she understands that the left have such a strong dominant hold over Parliament. The culture, like Canberra itself is
even when you watch the left speak though, like even when I watch them speak, I'm just like, what are they going on about? Like there's no common sense either.
No,
like it's not even about like being a Christian. It's about common sense as well. So and that's really lacking now.
Yeah, it's like, when she pulls the stunts, like she wears the burqa in Parliament, or she wears the flag, she wears the scarf, Israel flag. These are just like stunts. Like, just because she wears an Israel flag, just because she wears the burqa, doesn't mean she's
also proving a point. Like, if you're not going to stop it, well, then I'll wear it.
Yeah, it's like, okay. And like people, like you get in more trouble wearing the Australian flag than wearing like any other country's flag. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, so I see what she's doing, but people have totally missed it. And I think they're reading way too much into it. I'm really like...
And the media hypes it up as well.
Oh, the media loves it.
Massively.
And then the left love it.
Headlines, And
then the right, like the ultra-right, like get absorbed by it. The left get absorbed by it. It's like, guys, chill out. Like, no one's perfect. Pauline Hanson isn't perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Absolutely. Like, we're all sinners. Like, we all sin. Like, like we all make mistakes. But as long as we can walk towards the right direction, I think that's the most important thing. And if that happens for you in Parliament, then that's what we're here to do. We're here to support that. So what is the legacy, like, you think you all want to build up to in your time in Parliament? Because, 4 years will go quick. Well, 3 to 4 years will go quick, right? So it's
we're
like...
nearly at the end of the year. So
What kind of, like... Because obviously you've come out with
what is my purpose?
Yeah, like who is Chantelle Thomas to the world? And who is Chantelle Thomas to South Australia? Have you thought about that before in that way?
Oh, that's deep. I mean, I'm a mum of 3 girls, and I guess when you become a parent, you feel something in you like this, like a lion in a way, like a lioness.
Like the mother bear vibe.
Yeah, mother bear. And, like the left have now taken over so much that I'm worried about my daughters and their future. So I guess that lion in me has come out for all the mums and all the dads. Like, I want to speak up for their future. So that's my purpose, is to try to make some sort of change, even if it's small. I will continue being a strong voice and not taking away my voice. So,
And those convictions around motherhood, obviously that's important for you. I saw you do your talk in front of, Joanna Howe's protest. What was that? Was that scary for you, talking in front of that many people? Or, because like, you seem pretty natural at talking in front of large groups. Like, when you were younger, did you ever do public speaking or anything like that?
No, I was actually a shy kid.
Yeah, because I was going to say, you look like really comfortable and confident in front of large crowds. Like, wow. Like, because I'm actually terrified of speaking in large crowds.
I was actually really shy as a kid, and it wasn't until I turned like 17, I worked with a photographer. And I really started to find my voice. And then I done marketing, and I worked in sales, and I've had a lot of experience. I guess I've grown in a way, and just realised why be afraid to speak out, what I mean? Why be afraid to have a strong voice? So
when you're
you can't stop me from talking.
But like when you're there, like when you're about to grab the mic and speak in front of
it just comes naturally, I guess. Like I just think that I'm talking to like a friend.
Okay, so it just feels like you're like it's just like a chit chat.
People are there to support, what I'm standing there for. Even with Joanne Howe, like we're all on the same page with everything. So it's just like having a conversation with everyone. Yeah,
because I think those aspects hold a lot of people back from getting involved in politics. Like they're almost shy, or like they don't want to be judged. The self-imposter syndrome, that can be a huge deterrent for a lot of, especially conservatives. Conservatives don't like to get involved in politics because conservatives generally just don't want to like get into people's business. But we kind of need the conservatives to wake up a bit more. What's it been like?
Do not be afraid.
Yeah. And what's it been like working with your team? Obviously, like you have a very dynamic team. You got Carlos and the others, and like you guys like obviously, Rebecca's got that that Christian connection as well.
Yeah, Rebecca. Yeah, she was actually in Kadena the other day. So, no, she's amazing. She's like my hype woman. And she calls herself like the mama bear. But yeah, she's amazing. And I feel like the team is so different, but we work well together. We make a great team, and, you know, our communication is really on point. So, you know, if something's lacking in a certain area, we raise it immediately. So
because a lot of criticism, people are like, oh, One Nation's gonna fall apart because like they always fall apart, and like. And I did that first interview, guys. I was like, I don't think these guys are going to fall apart. Like,
yeah, there's always going to be those comments, though. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah, kind of. But One Nation cops on a lot more than others. Like,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I reckon, like, they'll like taking bets, like, oh yeah, they'll fall apart. Like, even people like who like One Nation, like, oh, they're going to fall apart. Like, I don't think so, guys. Like. Even because because a lot of the main speeches were like quite controversial, especially in particular, you know, one of the candidates, you know, he's openly gay and has a Muslim partner, and like that caused a lot of like stress for a lot of people. But even that wasn't enough to like tear the team apart. Like that was quite profound, I think.
Because he loves his country, and that's what we're all doing there together, is we love our country and our purpose is greater.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've all got that purpose, and I guess that's why we're strong in that way.
Yeah, I think that was a really good test to see, because that could have been like a grenade, but it didn't.
Yeah.
And that was really, really positive, because, I mean, it is a big deal. Like for me as a Christian, I obviously completely reject homosexuality in that way. Like, I don't have anything against homosexuality.
Yeah.
Like I feel like bad for people who have, you know, I feel bad in a way. But like to me, my Christian morals, I'm an Orthodox, so like I'm pretty hardcore. Like I'm like a Greek dad who's like naughty, you know, like. But like I don't like hate people for those decisions. I won't agree with them, but I don't hate anyone. I actually have a love for everyone in the world. Like, I'm sure you feel the same way. Like you kind of have the reason why you're doing this mother bear political thing is because you have a deep love for your country.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if people don't agree with you, you know, like deep down, you kind of want what's best for them. Like the last thing we need is Australia turning to like South Africa or Rhodesia.
Yeah, well, that's how I thought. Like, you know, where's the conservative women? Where are the strong voices at the moment? And I thought I'll be it. So.
Do you think you're seeing a rise of conservative women, and like, do you think because women really hold a lot of power in terms of the culture? Because like I'll tell you a story, like, and you can agree or disagree with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like men, I've got a lot of friends who will like date woke chicks and like get into relationships with them.
That's a difficult relationship.
Well, it is, but like these are conservative men, and they like pretend they're not conservative just to like they like have to put a mask up.
Do they think they can change them, or?
No, I don't know. I don't think it's that. I just think they're just like they rather just be like chill and like, you know, that Aussie like, oh, we're just chilling, you know, like don't need to stir the trouble. But like the only problem with that is
just chilling.
You know, it's like if you have like two partners who are like politically not the same. Yeah, right. You've got like a split household essentially.
Oh yeah, you're just open to future fights.
Well, it's just like. And yeah, but it also like the man becomes like a cuck almost, like we call it cuck culture.
Yeah, right.
So like, I feel bad because like I feel like men have been told you can't like say no in terms of like if what you have to just say, you have to be agreeable, you have to like never get into like little arguments, like you can't be a microaggression.
Yeah, but that's the thing, men are supposed to be leaders. Yeah. And like, you know, I understand I'm all for women's rights and being equal with pay and everything. But I think when it comes to the relationship, you know, men are supposed to be leaders, and women, you know, like it's not a negative thing to want to go have babies and have children, have that family. It's a beautiful thing. And I think that's where the misconception is in this generation now. They're like, oh, I got to have the career and, you know, I got to wait to have the children. But really, like, you can have children and you can do everything with your children. I've done it. Yeah. I travelled Australia with my girls, like, you know, so it's just, I feel like there's a big misconception on that you have to wait to have children. Yeah,
I think the culture is like career first, then children. It should be children first, then career, especially for women. And like the way the economy works, I think it's completely skewed because at the end of the day, the economy relies on like kids. Yeah. And the reason why the government's used mass immigration because we're just not having kids. Obviously, one, economic reasons. There's fertility issues. Abortion, you know, 80,000 kids being murked every year in Australia. Yeah. So like you're having all these issues and we're telling young girls and young boys, no, wait till you're like 30. And it's like by the time you're 30, like I'm 30 now, I've got I can barely walk. I had one back injury and I can barely walk now, you know.
Yeah, I feel like as well, this generation, they want everything easy in a way.
Yeah.
Like even relationships, they like, as soon as they detect a problem with a partner, like that's it, like
That's
I'm
it, done,
out,
yeah.
like the whole ick thing.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you
Red
actually
flags.
work together. Do you know what I mean? Like you be a team and you're going to have days where you struggle, but that's what makes a beautiful marriage, is going through that struggle together.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's...
Yeah, I was
that's
actually
my
right
point.
before this podcast, I was watching this old Italian nonna, and she's like,
Yeah.
a relationship is like Rome. It was
Yeah.
built brick by brick. She's like,
Yes.
it takes, one thing. Now she's like, all the girls and boys, they want everything instantly. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like and like Jordan Peterson, and there's some great philosophers and psychiatrists and psychologists have talked about this. Like anything that is meaningful requires patience. There's challenges.
Sacrifice. Yeah.
Little battles. This is another issue. It's like, this is something, I'm not sure how you deal with relationships and stuff,
Yeah.
but like in relationships, my opinion is if there's a problem, address it immediately.
Same.
And like have lots of little fights.
Yeah.
Because all those little, your life will be constantly in like little fight mode.
Yeah.
But ultimately that's better off if you have like a problem and you just ignore it. That problem will grow into this dragon.
Absolutely.
And like,
I'm like that with everything.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you see a problem, you need to talk about it immediately. Just address it.
With your
get it out there.
friends, your loved ones. Because the thing is, you leave it, and it grows, it festers, and it turns into something way bigger. And then by the time, it will always come back around at some
And
point.
you've let that like build up, and I guess like you feel angry in a way, and then it just all comes out. So that's why you should always address things in the moment, even if you go for a walk and then address it that way. But yeah, don't wait.
Yeah. So right now, you're in Parliament. You've had you've had miracles in your life.
Yeah.
What kind of holding you together in terms of your purpose now moving forward? So like, what's kind of the mindset that you've taken on to succeed in Parliament? Obviously, there's only two of you in the lower house, right?
There's in the lower house. There's 4 of us.
4 of us. Yeah, sorry, 4 of us,
and then 3 in the upper house.
3 in the upper house. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's
so
right.
3 upper house and 4 lower house.
So there's 4 of you. So it's like a little team. It's not like you've got like a huge amount of army there or support.
Yeah.
So you kind of.
But it's building. The momentum's building.
It's building, yeah. But do you feel like the challenge is something you can definitely take on, or do you feel overwhelmed by the challenge?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not afraid. Like, I go in there, and I don't really, in a way, like I care a lot, but I don't care what they think of me, because that's why I'm there, and it's to be a strong voice.
So in regards to policy, okay, obviously you got the abortion issues come out. That was, it was fantastic to see it pass the upper house. Unfortunately, the lower house. But look, at the end of the day, the leaders of the state voted for it, which is funny in a weird way. I know the Premier, kind of funny that.
Yeah, I know. That was really interesting. We were all sitting over there, and the rest of the Labor and that were on the other side.
Yeah, all the Labor losers, and then the Premier
Yeah, that was very interesting. That moment.
It's a smart move by the Premier, because he calls himself a Catholic, right? So I guess a real Catholic would sit where he sat, but it's also he had the benefit of his entire party's on the other side, so he
rushed it through as well. Like, he didn't even take it to the party room and discuss it with everyone.
Yeah.
And say, hey guys, like, this is where we're at with things. As One Nation, we discuss everything.
Yeah.
But he clearly didn't want to do that, or they didn't talk about it in any way. So. Yeah,
it was an odd. It was very odd. Ashton Hearn, she's from the country as well, so I'm assuming so it was like positive, but also really negative, but also quite positive. Like, it was nice. But besides abortion, obviously, like you mentioned family, being a mother bear, what are kind of things that you want to get done in Parliament personally? Have you thought like around issues? Like, for me, we mentioned family being put on the back burner, and family values and education. Like, are there like some kind of, can you like hint towards, like, without revealing too much, because I know sometimes you don't give away your secrets, but like
like a few things that they're teaching in schools. I'll be addressing stuff like that in regards to what books are in our schools and our libraries at the moment. And I don't know if you know too much about that, but there's some quite explicit books for younger children too. So that's something that I think I'll be raising in the next few weeks, so when we go back to Parliament. And then just, obviously I feel passionate about pretty much everything in regards to Australia, and cost of living, you know, that needs to be addressed. That's the most important one, I find. Yeah, and petrol prices, you know, when are they going to go up again massively? But yeah, these are things, obviously, as the One Nation Party, we have to discuss. And
so and that makes sense, because I know Corey's got his passions around, you know, gender, medical gender stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, like the way they're treating young kids with hormones and all this stuff is terrible.
Yeah.
Obviously, education's a big deal. Yeah, you're right. Like, I look around at some councils' libraries, and you look at the books there for kids, you're like, what the hell is this?
Like who's letting these books in, you know what I mean? So
it's kind of like they're like trying to like psyop the kids into being like gay at such a young age. It's like kind of weird.
And even like sex education now isn't like what it used to be, like, you know, straight to the point. It's now very in detail. So that's a few things that need to be addressed as well. Like, what are we teaching our children?
So, but, you know, an important part of One Nation, I feel, is this Australia First mentality. Do you feel like the team in South Australia and federally really wants, like, is really Australia first? Like, they want to put Australia first?
Absolutely. Like, we all have that passion behind us. You chat to any of us, we all feel the same around most issues. So, yeah. And
that dynamic, you know, working with Carlos, working with Corey, like, is it like, how's that been for you? Has it been like a fun dynamic, or has it been challenging, or has it been...
Oh yeah, Corey and Carlos are great. Like, just to even have Corey like now is incredible. Like, I just go to him about anything, and he's got that political experience, so he knows everything. So I just go to him whenever I have, you know, an issue I need to raise. But no, we make a great team, and even Carlos, he's, you know, straight to the point. He says it how it is, and that's why I love One Nation in South Australia and our team.
So if you could point out some of the things that are missing for this state in regards to the way the Liberal, Labor and even the Greens do things, like what's your biggest issue with the Labor Party? What's your biggest issue with the Liberal Party, and what's your biggest issue with the Greens, you think?
The biggest issue with all of them is they just don't have common sense. Like, they're trying to please everyone, and you can't please everyone. Do you know what I mean? So, but we also need to keep common sense, and I think that's what's lacking, is the common sense aspect of when we look at things. Do you know what I mean? So I think they just passed legislation to allow two mothers' names on a birth certificate, and it's like, well, that's going to confuse that child when it gets older. Like, it should know who its mum and dad is. So that's, I think...
So bring about common sense.
Common sense.
Moral realism. Because this is my argument, right, is you have people who believe that morality is an objective truth, like there are cosmic laws in the universe, and if you don't follow them, you get in trouble happens. And then you have the left and the communists and like the socialists. They believe something called moral subjectivity, so like, or moral non-realism. So they think morality is not real, it's just something we've made up. And, you know, that's why, you know, for example, if I asked you what's the definition of a woman, they can't answer that question.
Yeah, it's wild to me.
It's like, because so if they can't even define what a woman is, they can't define what a man is, how can they define what Australia is?
I mean, that they've even got kitty litters at schools now. Like, they're allowing kids to think they're animals. Like, whatever happened to, like, you know, kids just playing? Like, now it's like, oh, he wants to be a dog, let him be a dog.
Yeah, like, are
you kidding?
I was a Tyrannosaurus Rex for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And, like, I really believed it. Like, I would walk around, like, I'm not even joking. Like, I literally spend like 6 months just being out in the...
Well, you're lucky you didn't do that in this generation.
Well, maybe I should have, you know, I feel a bit better. Like, I used to walk around like school like...
Yeah, wow.
And, like, I got in trouble because I used to bite people and shit. Like, I literally thought I was a dinosaur.
Actual.
And I'm scared, like, now they would actually think, George, you are a dinosaur.
Yeah, George, you are.
And I would have loved it.
George the dinosaur.
And I would have loved it. That's the sad thing is, I'm like, yes, I am a dinosaur. Screw being a human. I am a dinosaur now. I don't know how... No. But the problem is, like, I don't know, like, I guess... I like to think I was intelligent enough as I grew up to realise, like, I'm not actually a dinosaur.
Oh, yeah, because you're a kid. I mean, like, all kids do it.
But then you're like, pumping kids with drugs and, like, filling their ideas. Like, imagine all the books and you're like, oh, yeah, I am a dinosaur. Surgeries. And they put a tail on me. They put some like, dinosaur teeth on me. Paint me green.
You should have done the podcast today as a dinosaur.
I'm kind of regretting it, actually.
Oh, no.
But, you know, like, that's...
But we're laughing about it,
but it's a serious problem.
That's how insane it is.
Well, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It's like, like, you don't have to say this, but to me, it's satanic. Like, I just think this is pure evil. Like,
no, I agree.
I think this is a spiritual war, like, where it's good versus evil, and people hate to hear that because it's like they'll say it's dehumanizing and you're like creating divide. But at the end of the day, like, it's like being a good mother or being a good father. Like, you have to say no to your kids sometimes.
Be honest.
Like, if you let your kids just do whatever, they'll just eat fairy bread all day and and get addicted to sugar.
My mum, she was always honest with me. That's why I had a great relationship with her.
Yeah.
And if I didn't like the truth, she'd say it anyways.
Yeah.
Like, that's being a good parent.
But that shaped who you are now, right?
Yeah,
and that's led you to be a warrior. Yeah. And just like for the females in my audience, because I know there's 40% of you are females. It used to be more. Sorry, guys. Sorry about the wokes that left, but whatever. There are super powerful female characters, and I recommend this to you. Like one of the reasons why I have the podcast is if you get a chance, study Alexander the Great's mother, Olympia.
Okay, Olympia, yeah.
Olympia was a woman, after Alexander the Great died, Alexander the Great only had one child with a Persian queen, right? This child, she protected, because after, in terms of ancient Greece and Macedonia back then, if the leader dies, it normally leads to a massive bloodshed where everyone's trying to kill each other to get... She, as a female, for 30 years kept the Greek Empire together. She went to war. She went to battle. Like, she actually went to battle against men.
Amazing.
And she led wars and she won. Like, she was, for 30 years, she kept the empire together. Yeah. And I think she's one of the greatest women to ever live, and her story is so underrated. And like, these are the stuff that Hollywood could make movies about, but they don't. They just make Helena Troy Black. I don't know. Sorry. It's like, I'm really offended by that, by the way.
Yeah.
But like, there are some incredible Joan of Arc. You have even Saint Adelaide. So Saint Adelaide was an Italian queen who got married young. She was 17. She was married to the king. And her husband, the king, was poisoned to death. And then the person that poisoned the husband became king, like took over the position, and said, "You have to marry my son." And she was a Christian woman. She said, "No, I refuse." I kept her in jail for 3 years. So she stood there for 4 or 3 years, praying every day and like slowly disintegrating into nothing, like because she was being malnutritioned and everything.
Malnourished. Wow.
She escaped. She then fell in love with the king of Germany, who was also a Christian king. Yeah. And then they actually went back and got back the kingdom. And you know what she did? Instead of showing revenge, she's very famous for this. She showed mercy and she forgave them and she let them live. And she's not renowned as like the queen that had like escaped and was a remarkable woman who went through hell, she lost her other husband too. Both her husbands died, and even then she continued on as a good Christian queen. She was renowned as one of the most powerful Christian queens to ever live, and she was a true leader. She showed mercy. She wasn't revengeful, and she then built monasteries and cathedrals. And so like, there's all of these fantastic female leaders in history, and yet today's culture telling females, oh, you have to love fluffy animals and you have to be soft, and it's like...
It's because we've got technology now too, like, and like TikTok and Reels, and like women are swiping and they're seeing these lives that it's just not, that's not how their lives are. Yeah. It's what they show to the world. So, and they also can get sucked in by, I don't know, maybe someone being a cat, do you know what I mean? So
well, on your opinion on that, we saw the advertiser put an article out, OnlyFans in Australia. Yeah, what's your opinion on that? Because now it's like 1 in 5 girls...
I haven't seen it. What is it?
Okay, so apparently 1 in 5 women now, so 16 to 17-year-old girls are going... Like 1 in 5 16 or 17-year-old girls are like, I want to be an OnlyFans. When I turn 18, I want to become...
Where's the parents?
Well, that's like, 1 in 5 Australian women potentially could be... I mean, we could fact check this, but 1 in 5 women want to be porn stars, essentially, in Australia. Wow. Like, what does that make you feel like?
I immediately think, where are the parents? To be honest.
So you think it's a parental issue?
I think it's a parental issue. Like, even kids running the streets now, breaking into houses, like in Queensland, because I lived there for a bit when we travelled to Australia, and just kids, like the youth running down the streets. It's like, where are the parents? What are they doing? Like, where's that tough parenting, I guess, in a way? Like, now it's all gentle parenting, and it just doesn't work.
So you think the real issue is not necessarily like pornography, but it's actually weak parents, a weak authority, and like this helicopter kind of bubble wrapping safe space. That's the real issue. Yeah,
because I've got 3 girls, and I can tell you right now, I would not be allowing my 16-year-old to even have technology if that was going on. So.
Yeah. Do you not? And like, because that's the fear. Like, because apparently there are institutions in Australia like communicating with 16-year-old, 15, 14-year-old girls saying like, hey, you could be an OnlyFans girl when you turn 18 and you can make all this money, and then they sign them on and they get them, like it's really messed up. So anyways, that's coming out, and I think that's something One Nation should definitely get on top of. Yeah, that would be a really if I was you, like have a look at that, because that is something that needs to be addressed. And obviously
immediately, yeah.
Because like, you know, but yeah, no, I agree with you. I honestly think if your legacy is bringing back strength in parenting, you know, having responsibility in parenting, education.
You know, when you have your first baby, or, you know, when you have a baby, like, they're born and they're very fragile and you want to protect them from the world and stuff. And I feel like a lot of parents kind of just give up when they get to like their teens.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't stop.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't stop protecting your child and being that strong parent. Like, that's when they need it most, probably, is when they're a teenager.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different things going on, and with schools now, they need protection more than ever. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, Chantelle, I am really honoured that you came, and I was super keen to do this interview, and I'm even happy. I didn't know you were Greek deep down, so this makes it even better.
Woo!
Like,
The Greeks
I don't know
are
why
up in the house.
the Greeks are out here fighting for. Come on, guys.
I can't speak it though, unfortunately. So I
that's
would
all
like
right.
my nan to.
I can speak and I can understand, but I can't fully thing. But my point is, like, us Greeks guys, we're fighting for you Anglos out there.
Yeah.
You know, like, obviously you've got Anglo in you. I don't have any Anglo in me. I've got a German, but.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got German too.
Okay, there you go. So we're fighting for you guys.
German, like, French, and I think Scottish.
It's time for you guys to also, you know, get involved. Like, I'm not saying you guys aren't, but we generally care.
Yeah, we do.
And we love this country. And
we really care. That's why we're here, and that's why we're speaking out.
And you know, we didn't sign up for this unidentified Australian country. Like, you know, people have come here to help reinforce, build what made Australia great in the first place. So let's stick to that. Is there anything you want to say to the people of Australia or the people of the Adelaide set before I let you go? Final message, or, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to continue being a strong voice for all Australians and all South Australians. I won't give up, and nothing will stop me.
There you go,
Thank you guys.
There you go. So Chantelle Thomas, One Nation in the Lower House here in South Australia, one of the upcoming rising stars. Make sure you follow her Facebook page.
Yeah,
she has a big Facebook page following now.
And
I see
I'll have
her
a
popping
website
off.
soon as well for easy contact.
Website coming, and do you have Instagram? Yes.
Yes, got the Insta. Not
Insta's
on it
coming.
much, but
I'm sure she'll get on the reels soon. So make sure you check her out. And if you want more of these interviews with Chantelle, and we can follow her journey as she goes through Parliament and as she grows into her leadership. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much, George.
Thank you.
Appreciate
God
it.
bless.
Thank you. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you so much.